Coming to the UK with a care visa, I would advise you think again before you make that decision. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fajira. If you're joining me for the very first time, I'm so happy to have you and my beautiful family. For my returning subscribers, I want to say thank you guys for always coming back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate. God bless you. If you're new to this channel, I create content on how you can migrate to the UK, jobs with visa sponsorship in the UK, UK immigration updates, live in the UK, like everything you can think about the UK. If you're someone who is interested in such content, do hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're going to be the very first person to see that video. So guys, let's quickly dive right into today's video. So in today's video, I want to share some experiences from some of my subscribers who have arrived in the UK, and the experience is worth sharing because it will enable you restructure your plans, and it will also enable you rethink if you really want to come to the UK as a care worker this 2023. But before I get right into it, please do like this video and also share it with your friends and loved ones. It may help somebody. So it's very important to think and do some risk assessments before you move to the UK as a care worker. A lot of people, and also some of my subscribers that have just arrived in the UK, are finding things very, very hard with them, especially right now that the cost of living is very expensive. Everything is really expensive in the UK. Now, why I'm sharing this video is for you to be prepared, so that in case you're coming, don't just come with just that 1 month's living expenses. Make sure you have some money with you that can keep you in the UK for even if it's up to 3 months. So no matter how things get bad, you can still survive with you and your family. I've got some subscribers and also other people I meet as I go out on daily basis, and I chat with them and they share their struggles with me. Some people have arrived in the UK on the care worker visa and things are completely they can't even afford anything again. That's because they don't have enough hours to work. Even if they have signed a contract of 36 hours a week. Currently, somebody I met recently was telling me that from her contract, she signed 37.5 hours a week. And she's only getting maximum 20 hours or 19 hours for the whole week. So this is something you really have to look out for. It's not just about I want to relocate, there is a better life in the UK, there is this, there is that. I have recently met some people that actually regretted selling their properties and coming to the UK to struggle. So if you're coming as a family, be prepared in the sense that you need to have more money to spend in the UK before you move to the UK. A lot of care organizations have recruited more than the number of staff they want, which I don't know why they are doing that. And now, in order for every staff to get a shift, they try to see how they can spread the shift so that each staff can get up to 10, 15, 20 hours a week, and the other one can get up to 10, 15, 20 hours a week. That's because they've got a lot of staff. They've got more staff compared to the number of clients or service user they are supposed to be assigned to. So in signing your contract with, if you're using an agency or you're using a care home, try to ask them again, please, this number of hours that I'm going to sign, is it for sure that I'll be working this number of hours every week? Even if you have to send it as an email, send it as an email to the organization. So just in case you arrive here and you're not getting that number of hours assigned on your contract, you can refer back to the email. Things are really not easy with a lot of people that have recently relocated to the UK, especially those that came with their family, their children, their husband, their wives. So before you go into this care worker visa thing, there are certain things you need to know, which is why I try my best on a regular basis to share the other side of it, so you can also be prepared. If you're coming with your wife or your partner, one advice I will give to you is, once you arrive in the UK, the dependents, not the main applicants, because you know, when you are the main applicant, you can't really get another job on that same sponsorship. So you need another organization that will sponsor you. So my advice is, if you're coming with your husband or you're coming with your wife, once you arrive in the UK, let the dependents, even if it's a warehouse job, apply for it. Forget about where you're coming from. Oh, I can't do a warehouse. Forget it, because if you don't forget it, things will run you in this country. And the country we are in is not a country that anybody have access to give you. So even when you ask the other person is also struggling with bills. So who is going to now go and work and come and give to you? So drop anything that has to do, I can't work in a warehouse, I want a professional job. Drop it. If you're coming as a dependent, because that's the only way you can support the main applicant. Bearing in mind that the main applicant is restricted, but you as a dependent, you're not restricted. You can work as much as you want. So if you're coming to the UK this season, guys, please, dependent, understand with the main applicant. Look for any menial job. There is dignity in labor here. Look for any job, even if it's a cleaning job. Go to an agency. Once you arrive, get your BRP. Next day, go to your city center. There are lots of agencies that recruit people to take them to warehouse, to take them for cleaning. Go and register with them. While you're looking for the professional job you want to do, be doing that one to help your family. Especially with the care industry now, there are a lot of care homes. They don't have a lot of time allocated to the staff they have recruited from overseas, which is why a lot of them are struggling right now. So you as a dependent, what you can do, like I said, ensure once you receive your BRP, go to agencies, get up from your bed. I know it can be very cold, but if you stay in your bed in the UK, you will be hungry. You will be hungry. If you say, oh, it's very cold out, I can't go out, it's very cold, let the weather be warm, you will be hungry and you will be in debt. And if you have just arrived, remember that you cannot go to the bank to go and take a loan immediately you arrived in the UK, or take credit card. You have to work to get some history for you to be able to do that. So in order for you to live well, try and see how the dependents can get something to do immediately. By so doing, you won't go through the stress that a lot of people are going through right now. Especially when you come with your children. You don't want to see your children crying that they want this, you can't provide for them. Now you have to think again. If you're coming through an agency that want to pay everything for you, and when you come, you start working to pay them, guys, this is when to start thinking. I've gotten a lot of messages like that, oh, Fajira, can you link me with an agency or a care home that we pay for everything, and when I come I start paying back, and also a care home that will give me accommodation, when I come I start paying back. Before you make that decision to the UK, this is the honest truth I have to tell you, because you are my beautiful family. I won't come here to sugarcoat anything to tell you that, okay, that's fine, come over. I have to be real. Because when you come over and you start facing that stress, you start inboxing me like I've been getting from a lot of people, which is why I have to tell you the truth. When you see an agency that says they want to pay for everything, or that is the one you're looking for, be very watchful, because that agency will pay for your flights, pay for everything, and when you get there, you will become a modern slave. I've seen it happening. In fact, a few people just reported their situation to me recently, because the agency have paid for everything. They throw them to work anyhow, throw them at any time, they just call them, and because you know you're owing them, you will be loyal, because you don't want them to say, oh, we are going to withdraw your calls. That's modern slavery, so you have to be very careful. Let me tell you a story of one of my subscribers that an agency actually paid for his flight, his accommodation, his everything to be able to get to the UK, visa fee and everything, in agreement, which he signed the document. And remember, I talked about agreements, contracts. If you haven't watched that video, I'm leaving it in the description box below. This guy had already signed the contract that they should be deducting the money from his salary. Now the guy has arrived in the UK and First thing they did was he lived in a room with 5 other guys in one room for about 6 weeks before he managed to get another small room where he's living with another person. They are sharing a room right now. This is a family man. Remember, this man has lived a very comfortable life back in his country, and he's coming to see how he can hustle for him and his family. Now, not only that, he lived with a lot of people in one room. Now he's sharing a room with another person. That's because the organization is paying for that. And the second part is, apart from those 2 that are not even convenient for him, he works from Monday to Saturday. He has only Sunday off. And guess how much he takes back home? About £420 a month. £420 a month. Let's see, the company is paying for his accommodation for the next 3 months, and he will now sort himself. Now they are deducting everything they spent for his travel to the UK. So with £420, what will he do? He's feeding himself. He has to send money to his family. He's not going to be able to use that amount to do anything. He cried out and called me and was asking me if there is anything he can do. I told him to go and read his contract. I won't be able to advise you on what to do. Just read the contract that you signed, and when you finish reading the contract, then you get back to me. So you hear accommodation inclusive. The accommodation inclusive, know that it's not just only you that will be in one room. You will share a room with people you've never met before. So you have to be very careful, especially for those that have been inboxing me, Fajira, can you find a care home or an agency that will fund everything? When I come, I will start paying back. Be careful, because the payback is not something you would like. Because imagine you work 6 days in a week. So in a month, you have just 4 days off. And at the end of the month, you go back with £420. And it's most of these agencies, because they know the countries, I don't want to call the name of the country, it's really annoying. Because they know that the people from those countries they are bringing, they were actually suffering. And in their own minds, what they are doing for them is the best in trying to help them. So guys, please, when you see a package of accommodation, we'll pay for flights, we'll do this, we'll do that. Yes, we see those jobs and we advertise it as YouTubers, but we can't really tell if the organization will be nice at the end of the day. So what I would advise in this situation is, if you get that offer, try and speak to the organization to know the exact amount you'll be getting every month after the deductions. Let them break it down. So now the question you should ask, how much am I getting at the end of the month? They tell you, let's say 1,000 to 1,003, and if you do extra shift, you will get 1,004 or 1,005. Then now your next question should be, so if I'm able to get 1,005 in a month, how much are you deducting for what you're giving to me, like the flight, the accommodation, the visa fee? Let them be the one to tell you. And if they tell you and you're not okay with it, don't sign the contract. I know everybody wants to jack, but everybody wants to travel. In as much as you want to travel, you shouldn't travel out of desperation. A lot of people who have become victims of this are people that were really desperate from my conversation and everything. So in as much as you want to travel, it's good to be desperate, but at the same time, don't be too desperate so you don't land in situations like this. So try to go through the contract, and when signing the contract, ensure that the particular amount they have mentioned to you verbally or through your email, that they have told you that this is the amount will be taken every month, ensure that it is mentioned in the contract. So just in case you guys have to go to court for anything, you are sure of what you signed on your contract and you agreed to it. Don't be so much in a rush that, okay, I will take whatever I see because I want to leave my country. There is so much suffering. It's better sometimes to suffer when you know people. At least even if you suffer in a country that you have a brother, you have a sister, there is no way you can visit your brother and you won't see food to eat. Or you visit your sister or your friends. But not in a country like this that you could live with another neighbor for another 1 year. You don't even know who your neighbor is. It happened to me when I lived in a city called Milton Keynes in a 1-bedroom flat. There were 3 flats. I never saw my neighbor until when I was moving out, and he was climbing the stairs and he was like, "Oh, how are you?" I said, "I'm fine." So, "Are you my next door neighbor?" I said, "Yes." And I was moving out on the day we met after 6 months. So that's how the UK is. So if you come to the UK and you're struggling, who are you going to run to? Everybody is struggling. Everybody is looking for money to buy food, to pay bills, to pay electricity. You pay for even the water that the children play with. You're paying for it. So before you make your decision to let an organization to pay for everything for you, please think twice. So you don't come to the UK and become a modern slave. Please, as you're watching this video, do share it with your friends and loved ones. Do like and share it with your friends and loved ones. This video may save somebody. This is what I've experienced. This whole journey of care worker visa and everything have made me have contact with a lot of people, and they're able to share their challenges. And I think that not only them are going through those challenges, which is why I'm sharing with you. So think again before you start applying for a care job in the UK. I won't stop uploading videos of companies recruiting. As much as I see, I will continue to upload. But you that is applying for the job, it is wise you think again if you really want to move to the UK as a care worker this year. So guys, we've actually come to the end of this video, and I hope you find it helpful. And if you do like it and also share with your friends and loved ones. And if you're yet to subscribe to join our beautiful family, please do hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're going to be the very first person to see that video. Until I see you in my next video, do take care and bye bye for now.